chicken it and make her name it Jay.
Almost 2 months later, and this quote is still being referenced across the internet, the South Park special Joining the Pandaverse grilled Disney for its woke policies. Many were waiting for Kathleen Kennedy to respond, but it was Bob Iger who reacted to the subject matter of the special. And what he said? No one saw that coming.
Part of what happened while you were gone from the company was a number of films that were greenlit that people were describing as woke, with, quote, woke characters.
Our primary objective in creating content is to entertain. Whether it's sports, whether it's Disney, whether it's Marvel, make things that entertain people.
That's right. Disney CEO Bob Iger agrees with South Park. Disney has gotten too focused on the message and not enough on telling good stories. And he's pinpointed the problem. Somewhere along the way, creators got lost.
I think what had happened over a period of time is that creators lost sight of what their number one objective needed to be. We have entertained with values and having a positive impact on the world in many different ways. I'd use Black Panther as a great example of that, just in terms of fostering acceptance, or the movie Coco, which Pixar did about the Day of the Dead.
This was also reflected earlier this month by Glenn O'Leary, owner of the Comic Book Palace, when he blasted creators in the comic book industry for sidelining characters' personalities in order to insert themselves and their ideals into stories, selfishly turning the medium into a personal platform.
The writers nowadays, they don't care about the characters of what the character is anymore. Most of these new writers don't have the love of comics like these older writers had, and all they care about is, how can I put myself in the book? No, we don't care what you would do if you were Iron Man. We don't care who you are. You're writing Tony Stark. You're not writing yourself in a book. If that's the case, write your own comic with you in it. No one will read it because nobody cares. People are growing up loving Peter Parker, loving Miles Morales, loving all these Captain America. We don't need you to put your input in it. Just write a book, get paid for what you're supposed to be doing, and make it a good story.
One Disney franchise in particular that suffers from this trend is Star Wars. Let's get it straight. Daisy Ridley is a great actress, and she has so much potential as Rey, but much like Andrew Garfield in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, she was saddled up with terrible, terrible writing. Kennedy has made no secret of the fact that she wants to modernize Star Wars to be more sensitive to feminist topics, which is fine. Except that her vision of feminism seems to be make every man inferior to women and keep anything even resembling conflict and struggle away from our perfect, strong female characters.
What'd you do?
I bypassed the compressor.
Which is why Rey, despite being a potentially great character, is often referred to as a Mary Sue. Now, Iger makes it clear he doesn't have anything against content having a message, but it needs to be subordinate to the story.
Entertain, and if you can infuse it with positive messages, have a good impact on the world, fantastic. But that should not be the objective.
Iger also stated that the company is in no way interested in promoting certain politics or social agendas, but instead focuses on the oldest of all goals.
If we take a position on the environment, we care about the health of our planet, it's because we believe that if the planet is not healthy, it will be bad for our business. People are not going to go to theme parks if they can't breathe the air, as a for instance. That's not politics, that's business.
There are exceptions to every rule. Iger continues to point out that some non-business related subjects are okay to comment on.
There are times when there are subjects that maybe we should not comment on because they're not relevant, unless they are of such importance to the world. For instance, I think commenting about terrorist acts is perfectly reasonable for the CEO of a large company.
And he proceeds to say something important that fervent activists need to understand. There's a time and a place.
I just think that there's a time and a place for companies to weigh in on issues.
And there it is. Kathleen Kennedy's response to the criticism of too much woke may remain elusive, but if the head of Disney himself says that it's gotten out of hand, it's time to make some changes. As Iger himself said, at the end of the day, it's about business and nothing else. If the current practices are bad for business, giving credence to the phrase, go woke, go broke, then it's time to get back to what made Disney the entertainment juggernaut it is. Tell good stories and make that money. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.